All right, guys. Our next guest is a former multiple-time world Muay Thai champion and the current UFC Strawweight champion. She has been named by Bleacher Report as the most swaggerlicious champion currently in the UFC. I will be taking on Jessica Penne at UFC Fight Night 69 on June 20th in Berlin, Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, Joanna Jedrzejczyk is on Submission Radio. Joanna, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, I'm very good. Hello, everyone. You said my surname very well, so I'm very happy.
Well, it's
It was
good.
amazing.
I'm glad you're happy. I happen to be Polish, so I have an unfair advantage. I have like the
Yeah,
PEDs of surname pronouncing, basically. Now, before we
yeah,
talk
cool.
fighting, we want to know about your sneaker collection. Tell us, how did this start, and how long have you been collecting kicks for?
I'm like Miss Sporty. Of course, I've got some high heels and some dresses, but I am more like a sporty girl.
Mhm.
So I like it so much. But I met some couple in a store. So now we are friends together, and they are really sneakerheads, and now I'm addicted because of them. So I like it so much. I like to spend my money on new kicks,
Mhm.
but sometimes I'm getting new kicks for free. Sometimes I am buying, but I'm happy. Yeah, I'm addicted.
Yeah,
I
well, I
like
mean,
it
you'll
so
be
much.
you'll be getting a lot of Reebok kicks, but just wondering, out of your collection, tell us what's your favorite pair of kicks that you have, and give us a rundown. Roughly how many pairs of shoes do you think you have in the collection?
I don't know how many pairs I have, but the most I like Jordans. I like the most,
Mhm.
and yeah, are really nice. Yesterday I got Jordans 11s low bread, so I'm very happy.
And what out of all of the ones you own, I'm curious, if can you give us a ballpark? Like, do you have like hundreds, or do you have like, 30, 50, 80?
No, no, it's like I don't know. I don't know because I'm not I'm not keeping the shoes in the boxes. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
So I'm wearing every day. I'm changing even a few times in a day. So I
Wow.
like it so much. I don't know. It's around 50, 60. I don't know. Maybe 40. I don't know. Really, I don't know.
You sound like you're prepared to host an awards show. You can change your kicks every time you come out. Now,
Yeah.
you're the current UFC strawweight champion and six-time world Muay Thai champion, but before all this happened, what made you get into Muay Thai and fighting in general?
I don't know. I was 16. I was I don't know. I just want to do something in my life. I want I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to lose some weight. Yeah, and I went for my first training. On the beginning, I didn't know what Muay Thais mean,
Mm.
but I like it so much. And after 6 months of training, I had my first competition in Poland. I won, and after that, I knew it that I want to do it. So yeah,
When
I
when you
like
say,
it.
when you say you were out of shape, I mean, are we talking like were you severely out of shape, or like most girls when they say, you were out of shape and you wanted to lose just a little bit of weight?
Yeah, I was like, I was like 10 kilos more heavy than now. So I didn't feel good. I
Mm.
was at the high school that time. So, I wanted to be a good looking girl,
Of
you know what
course.
I mean?
Mm.
But I like it so much. So now I'm healthy, I'm in shape, and I'm happy because I finished physical education as well. So I could be a teacher, a personal trainer, but yeah, I am professional athlete.
Well, I mean, it was the right decision made when you went into it. Now, when we see you in the UFC countdowns, Joanna, and the embeddeds around your family, there seems to be a lot of warmth and a happy vibe surrounding you guys. However, Poland can be a dangerous place with soccer hooligans and gangs prevalent. Growing up in Poland, did you see much of this? And did you ever have any incidents when you were exposed to any street violence?
No, Poland it's very beautiful country, and it's kind of quiet here. And people still thinking that Poland still part of Russia, but it's not, you know. Yeah, I love my country, and yeah, it's true. My family is very important for me. I am very close with them, and yeah, I like it so much. I like to spend my time with my family, my friends, my boyfriend, my sisters, and it's very important for me. They are supporting me a lot, and I can have extra power, you know.
Of course. Well, when you made your MMA debut in 2012, it was at a very early stage of women's MMA. Ronda Rousey was nowhere near a star, and the UFC had not even brought in a women's division. We can't imagine there was much money in it at the time. So what got you into MMA and made you want to transition from Muay Thai?
You know, I had some dream, like in Muay Thai, I always wanted to be the best, and then they want me to fight in MMA, and on the beginning it wasn't easy, you know, because my ambitions, I have always high ambitions, you know what I mean? And on the beginning it was difficult to learn wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and I didn't know I didn't know what exactly gonna happen, but I had a dream, and the biggest dream came true 14th of March when I won the UFC title, you know. So I was dreaming about it, and I was training hard for it. So yeah, that's why I survive.
Just wondering as well, Joanna, obviously back then, you know, the strawweight division was not yet prevalent in the UFC. Were you at all worried that going into MMA, you may not get an opportunity to perform on the high stage of them all? Or did you always have a feeling in your heart that one day there will be a strawweight division in the UFC?
No, I didn't, because even 12 months ago, I didn't expect that I can make 115, you know. I was trying, but I didn't have good dietitian. But right now, before I signed the contract with UFC, I've got contact with Jacob Mauric. He's one of the famous dietitian in Poland, and probably soon he's gonna be the most famous dietitian in Europe. And I'm very happy, and now it's very easy for me to make 115. So I'm happy that I'm part of 115 division, but normally I am like 125, even a little bit more. But yeah, I like it. I like it. You know, I know it's a part of my job to be on diet, prepare hard, and yeah.
Sure. We should pass on Jacob's number to Chris Cyborg. I'm sure she'd be more than happy. Now, sometimes when you have somebody who's so dominant at one aspect of martial arts, you know, they struggle to pick up the rest of the tools. Like, say, a strong wrestler may struggle to develop elite striking, and an elite striker may struggle with wrestling. How did you find the grappling aspect of MMA? Was it weird for you at first, or did you feel comfortable with it straight away?
Oh, like I said, it was very difficult for me, but you know, I am a hard worker, so I knew it that I must survive and learn a lot, and still learning every day some grappling, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. So I know that I'm part of UFC, the biggest and the best organization in the world. So my opponents are very good, and here is no no excuse. You know, you just must be the best and just keep on training and doing your things, and yeah.
No, absolutely. Now, in one of the countdowns to your title fight with Carla, they showed basically your beautiful Poland and where you guys live. Those also showed that all of you guys, you had a lot of people living in one apartment, which is obviously normal because I'm from Ukraine myself, and a lot of my family does the same thing.
Oh,
How much pressure did you have on you going into that title fight with Carla, knowing that if you won the fight, it would change your whole family's life?
yeah, it's like I have my own apartment. I'm living there with my boyfriend and my sister. She got married 6 months ago, so she's living with her husband with me. I'm very happy because my boyfriend, he is traveling a lot because of his job, so I don't like to be alone. And they both, my sister bought other apartment, but you know, they still wait when it's gonna be finished. So we're living together, and I'm very happy. You know, I like to have my family around me, and yeah, it was. I didn't have pressure before the fight with Carla, and I'm not nervous before my fights. I'm loving it, and I like to fight. I'm different person in the octagon, and different person in a normal day. So yeah.
Sure. Well, we see you smiling a lot in countdowns and in your photos, and there's not much smile in the octagon, so we understand where you're coming from. Now, you train out of Iraqian MMA in Poland. You've got trainers such as Szymon Bąkowski and Robert Drysdale. Your training obviously seems to be going well, considering that you're the UFC champion, but would you ever consider moving to America and somewhere else to train at a different camp and broaden your horizons?
Yeah, I've got two head coaches, Szymon Bąkowski and Paweł Derlacz.
Okay.
Robert Drysdale, he's the teacher of Szymon, because Szymon is more like a jiu-jitsu coach, and my second trainer, Paweł, is like a more striking coach.
Gotcha.
So Szymon was traveling a lot to America, and he was training with Robert Drysdale. And sometimes Drysdale is coming to Poland doing some seminars and camps. Yeah, but I did some training with Robert when we've been in Vegas before my fight with Carla, and I was really enjoying the trainings, and I like it. I like to fight in US, but I don't think so that I'm gonna move to America. Maybe, of course, I want to fight there more often, but probably I'm gonna stay in Poland. Here I have everything what I need, my family, my easy life, and I have very good sparring partners. I have lots of good, strong, talented young guys in my gym, and I'm lucky because they are same weight as I am, or they are a little bit more heavy, but it's good for me, I can prepare well for my fights. So maybe I will go to America for some short camp before my other fight. We will see. I don't know.
Sure. Now, bear with me on this one because it's kind of a long question, but Poland has a strong history when it comes to MMA. When you think of Polish MMA, and a lot of people have been waiting for other guys to sort of make their mark in America. You think of guys, and you think of KSW, and names like Mamed, Khalidov, Marcin Held, Thomas Derval, Piotr Holman, Jan Błachowicz, Krzysztof Soszyński at one time, and even Mariusz Pudzianowski, who brought a lot of eyes to the sport, in Europe. And yet, out of all of them, you're the one who made the biggest splash and became the champion. I feel as though if a few years ago or a year ago, if somebody was to pick who they thought would be the next big thing coming out of Poland and making an impact in the UFC, your name may not have even been mentioned, and yet you've single-handedly raised the bar and made an impact in all those names. How does that make you feel that you're essentially carrying the flag for Polish MMA?
Yeah, I'm training with Mamed Khalidov, and I'm big fan of him. And what I can say, like for me, the more important thing is fighting. Training, fighting, the sports side. I didn't choose my media life, you know what I mean? I've got some offer from KSW, and I could fight for KSW, be in Open TV, so I could become more famous in Poland. But I don't care about, for me, the sport side was more important. More important 2 years ago, and I was waiting for UFC, and I knew it that I'm gonna be a champion, and I had these feelings, I've got talent from my gut, and I did my job to show to everyone that I'm simply the best, and I'm very happy that I did the biggest success from the Polish MMA fighters.
No, it's a huge, huge achievement. Now, let's speak about your opponent, Jessica Penne. She's a former Invicta atomweight champion and also a good friend of your last opponent, Carla Esparza. She herself said that she was surprised when she got the title shot against you. What were your thoughts when you heard you were facing her? Did you expect to fight her, or were you surprised?
Yeah, I couldn't wait when the UFC gonna announce my next fight, but I didn't expect that it gonna happen so quick, because Gustafsson supposed to have a main event fight in Berlin, but yeah, I was happy when they called me. Of course, I feel sorry for Gustafsson that he got injured, but I'm happy that I can fight in Europe and I can have main event fight. And yeah, Jessica, she's a very good fighter. She's got lots of fights, lots of experience. She was former Invicta champion, and she's number 3 in the world. So I'm happy. I think she's a good opponent for me, and it will be interesting fight for me, for her, and for our fans and people around us. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah, I think she presents some different problems than Carla, but in your last fight, obviously Carla had the wrestling advantage on paper. However, she couldn't get you on the ground where she needed you. Jessica Penne is also a fighter that does her best work on the ground. However, she doesn't have the wrestling pedigree that Carla had. Do you think that in any way that makes it an easier fight for you than against Carla?
No, every fight gonna be more difficult. You can be underdog, but you can beat a champion. You know, this is what I did last time, and so I have lots of respect to my opponents. Of course, me and my trainers, we have some game plan for this fight, like for every fight. But you know, you never know what's gonna happen in the octagon. You know, so you must have different plan second by second. You know, when you in the octagon. So Jessica, she's working very good on the ground. Her wrestling is good, but not that good as Carla's wrestling. But I think she can strike better than Carla, and then she will try to take me down. But we'll see. They cannot do it. Yeah, I gonna steal a champion.
Well, that's right. And you've mentioned it. You know, in a striking battle, obviously you're a Muay Thai champion. Many people would have you as the person with the advantage in that one. Just take us through the matchup in the sense of what do you say is your advantages over Penne in this fight?
Just watch my fight June 20 on Fight Pass, or tickets are on sale now. So come to Berlin. I'm not gonna let you know what I'm gonna do with Jessica. Just be there for me, and I promise to you that I'm gonna give good fight with Jessica, and you will be happy.
Well, the fight is, of course, taking place in Germany, Poland's neighbor. Even though your home country is next door, it'd be safe to say that many Polish fans will be making the trip across the border to watch you fight. Will this be a hometown advantage for you? And how will this make you feel, considering that you missed out on the UFC Krakow card?
No, I was happy that I was like a guest in Krakow. But of course, in the future, I would like to fight in Poland. For example, Jan Błachowicz could fight on the same card, Krzysztof Jotko and other Polish UFC fighters. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm very happy that I can fight in Europe, in Berlin. It's next to Poland. So my family gonna be there, my friends, lots of fans. So I'm very happy. But like I said, I like to fight in US. It's something different feelings, more people around. They treat you better, you know. They treat you like a real champ. Of course, I have the same feelings in Poland and in Europe, but in US it's something huge.
Oh, absolutely. Massive sport in the US. And just wondering, you will be in front of a lot of Polish fans, a lot of European fans, which is great. But does that put any extra pressure on you, Joanna, knowing that you're going to be performing in front of so many of your fellow Polish people and also European fans?
I'm going to be the same fighter, you know what I mean? I'm going to be the same person June 20. And I'm happy that I'm going to give this fight for my fans.
Okay, so pressure is definitely not a factor for Joanna.
No.
Now, we normally finish our interviews, Joanna, with what we call the Submission Radio Tap-Out Round. It's where we ask a bunch of fun questions, and you answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. This time, we got help from the fans, because you've got a lot of fans. We put up that basically you were going to be on the show, so they've submitted their fan questions, so we're just going to ask a few of them.
Okay.
Raid K, he's actually got a couple, but his first one is, in your early MMA fights, you threw a lot of roundhouse kicks and teeps in combinations with punches. From the Rosie Sexton fight, the percentage of kicks decreased drastically. Is this related to avoiding takedowns, or were you developing an improved striking game? And he's also asking, could we potentially see more of those devastating kicks in your next fight?
I knew it that Rosie, Juliana Lima, Gadelha, Carla, I knew it that they want me to take me down, and I knew it that I cannot kick because they will grab my leg and take me down very easy. So that's why I stop with it. But be focused, guys, and watch my fights.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, an interesting question from the
I
same
will be
person.
back.
An interesting question from the same person, asking, people suggested some nicknames describing you. Okay, here are a couple of nicknames: the Polish Jedi, the Polish Princess, and Scrabble. Which one of these would you prefer?
I'm JJ.
Just JJ.
We have John Jones and Joanna Jedrzejczyk, so two JJs in the UFC, one in men's division, one in female division. So JJ is okay.
Perfect. Now, Future Real would like to know, who other than yourself do you think has the best striking in the strawweight division? Obviously, you can't pick yourself, so who else is a threat in the striking department?
Female division or wherever.
Female, yeah.
Me. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, me.
Look, it's a tough question. You obviously haven't analyzed everyone in the division, so that's okay.
That's fine, and plus you won't have to fight yourself, so that's always a good thing. Now, Joanna, and the next question comes from White Belt MMA. He wants to know, being the first strawweight champion in the UFC for the female division, and knowing all the stuff that Ronda Rousey has done, being the first champion in her weight class, did it put any pressure on you? You know, having to perform up to people's expectations, being the first ever champion.
No, zero pressure. You know, I will keep on doing my things. Of course, I'm a champion, but I do not gonna stop. You know, I am training more and harder than before. So I gonna be a better fighter. I promise to you guys.
Sure. Indrid wants to know, who do you respect or look up to most out of the MMA world?
I like Ronda Rousey. She is simply the best, and yeah, I like her so much.
Next question comes from Kay Wick. It would be, how many times have you watched the Claudia fight, and do you already know what mistakes you made when being taken down? Have you already upgraded your game for these positions against the cage where you got taken down?
I watched the fight with Claudia, and before they announced that I won the fight, I had different kind of feelings. You know, I knew it that she can win, I can win, and it was a very close fight. But then I watched the fight later. I saw that I won the fight. You know. Not 50-50, but like 60-40 or even better. So Claudia couldn't keep me on the ground. She couldn't control me, and I was standing up, and that's why I won the fight, you know. But I would like to fight her again, and I'm gonna win one more time.
Sure. Second last question. Actually, this is a 2-in-1. Ladder Master wants to say no questions. Just tell her that Ladder Master at Sherdog thinks she's awesome. And second last question is from Bronson. Seeing as you own so many pairs of kicks and sneakers, will you be disappointed that you'll only be able to wear Reeboks from now on? Or have you spoken to the people at Reebok about potentially making a signature Joanna Jedrzejczyk series shoe?
I like Reebok. I think... yeah, they have nice stuff, and yeah, I can wear Reebok. I have few Reeboks in my collection, but I want to have more, and I will.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, Joanna, as we wrap up the interview, final question. I know you don't want to really talk about it, but we have to ask you, what's your prediction? How do you see yourself beating Jessica at your next fight? What's the prediction?
I will do my things, you know, keep on striking, and I have few ices in my pocket, but I will show you June 20 in Berlin.
Well, there you guys go, June 20. And all the Australian fans and New Zealand fans are going to enjoy watching that. Guys, make sure to follow Joanna on Twitter and follow her and her sneaker collection at Joanna MMA. It's been an absolute pleasure, and best of luck at your fight, champ.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care. And I will come to Australia one time. And yeah, we're going to enjoy Australia together.
Yeah, awesome. We can't wait.